Yellow. What's cracking, everybody? Master Bong here. Coming to you guys live and direct. You know what time it is. It's Wednesday evening. We're almost on time for the Power Hour. It's our common theme. You guys already know to show up a little bit late. We're on Stunner time. And I thank you guys for joining us each and every single Wednesday. Close to 8:30, but you know, when you're tuning on the replay, you're always on time. I do appreciate you guys for being here, right now, live with us. We're about to get down on the most amazing show. We just had a super dope 420 out in Colorado. We're gonna go over some stuff with that. Have an amazing guest lined up for you guys this evening, switching up a little bit, taking into some health stuff with some cannabis, as well as she does a lot of other mainstream radio and some other shows that I'm sure she'll be sharing about. And we're gonna get into all that and the Colorado stuff. But before we do, we have to say what's up and give a shout out to each and every single one of our sponsors. So Culture Magazine, we love and appreciate you guys for doing your thing, getting us in there, got us the shirts. We're having a great time working with you. So shout out to you guys. We appreciate you. As well as give a shout out to Vape. And right now the vaporizer is gone, but I am using the grinder because they have tons of amazing items that you can use from vape pens to get your smoke on with your flower and your dabs and everything else in between. And when you're getting a perfect vape on with your flower, you have to have a grinder. So we got that out right here, right now. And, you know, last but not least, one of the most important people on the show that's always here and supporting us, as well as all these companies are. Got to give a shout out to Gypsy, because every single Monday, he's making that producer magic Monday. Why did I say Monday?
That's my show, MB. My show's on Monday.
Your show's Monday. That's what we're about to get to. We're going to let you give your shout out. But every single Monday, he is producing a show as well. The Hangover Takeover Monday at...
It's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on ZenLive.tv.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But gotta give a shout out to you, my man. So how has your week been? How has 420 been for you in the NYC that just passed? And what were you getting down on?
Well, 420 out here was really awesome. It was almost like a three-tier attack. I mean, it was obviously 420, the magical holiday for everyone's favorite stoner and such. But we also had a big YouTube release here at the studio here at ZenLive.tv. As many of your viewers are aware of, we have YouTube star Anthony Vincent here, and he's one of the co-founders here at ZenLive.tv. And he just recently released on his 10 Second Songs YouTube channel a cover of Rap God in not 20 styles, but 40 styles. 40 styles, MB.
He's never done a 40 style song yet, has he?
No, he's never done 40 styles. First time ever. And to take on such a behemoth of a song as Rap God was quite the undertaking. And working with him behind the scenes, I know how hard he worked on it. And to see it actually come out was quite amazing. And it came out on 420. And on top of that, keeping the theme of 20, it was his 20th video on the channel.
Oh my goodness gracious. That is it just made me burp right there on air live. That's how amazing it was. Just brought the burp right out of me. I didn't even plan that. That was a burp formation right there, though.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, so we're really excited right now. It's been over 48 hours, but it cracked 1 million views in just under 48 hours, excuse me, about 45 hours.
High five
so
to
yeah,
you guys over there for kicking ass on that one.
Yeah, man. So it's like a 1.3. But not only did Anthony come out with the cover for 10 Second Songs, but he also did a full version for his band, Set the Charge. And obviously they use Eminem's lyrics, but they wrote their own music to it. And MB, when I tell you it is a beast of a rock song, it is a beast of a rock song. For 6 minutes, they just rock out. And they shot the video down at the YouTube studios, and it's like one of those single shot videos. Camera doesn't move, one take, bam. Kills it.
YouTube must have been happy as F when they came in there and just did that real fast, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did. We just received a gold button for you know, their logo is the play button. They send you a gold button if you break 1 million subscribers. So it's framed, and it's like, it's sick. It's in this giant metal case. It looks like it came from Fort Knox or something.
I think you just got me a new goal right there in life. 1 million subscribers. I want that gold button in the office. I like that.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that with me right there. You just expanded my vision of what is possible.
Absolutely. That's what part of the Master One Power Hour is about. So. Definitely. So we're excited. We're flying high right now, and I think we're gonna play at least.
Get that someday, Gypsy. Mark my words, right here live on the air.
I believe it. You're one of the hardest working people I know out there. So if anyone can do it, I know you can.
Hey, you guys are inspiring me, so thank you for that.
No problem, no problem. So I think we're gonna play a little bit of the video maybe during a commercial break. So
yeah, really everybody cool. Stay tuned, and we are gonna get to that video because, and we got to get Anthony on as well. You know, we got to get him on a show sometime here. He's gonna be live in the studio. I mean, he's out there in the NYC with you guys all the time. We definitely, I know he's super busy, but we got to get him in, and maybe he can even sing 1 or 2 lines live on the fucking air.
That would be awesome. We'll set that up. We'll make that happen.
Does he do that? He'll do
Not
that,
really.
right?
He doesn't really do that.
He's like, no, we don't do that.
No,
we
it's not even
recording.
No, it's not even that. It's just, I don't know. If you set it up right, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, the 10-second songs kind of setup is not really set up for like a live act per se. You know what I mean? It is a studio production.
How about this? He can do a Master Bong drop singing. I don't give a fuck what.
Yeah, he'll fuck her. Yeah, he'll mess around. He'll mess around with it. Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah, let's figure out something. That'd be awesome. I'll use it in some other stuff too.
Cool.
Oh man, but yeah, dude. You know, we do have a guest. We do have some other things to go over, and you know, I'm smoking, so we'll just end up sitting here and talking like we do all the time. So let's shift gears, right? Shifting gears is good, and we're gonna shift over to the guest we have this evening. We were able to meet a while ago in Chicago, over a year ago in Chicago, and she just had a great personality. She had her own show going on then. We did an impromptu interview on her show, and ever since then, I knew that I had to bring her back and get her on the Master Bong Power Hour for everybody out there, because we like to do everything encompassing around the plant, which is health and having fun too. But you know, she's a wealth of health information, so I had to bring her on here. Without further ado, she has many shows. Homegrown Health Radio is what we have been talking about. But Joni Abbott, how are you doing, love, on this most amazing evening here on the Power Hour, where we're always letting the good times roll?
Just having a great time watching you, talking with you, and hearing about Anthony. That's great. It was like last time I was on Zen Live TV, it's been probably over a year ago, and Anthony was not a 1 million subscriber YouTube star. So congratulations.
He is constantly going and growing.
Off. Yeah, last time you were on, Joni, you were on with Ian Jacqueline of I Care Cancer. So actually engineered that show as well, MB. So it's good to see you again, Joni.
Thank you. It's good to see you too, Gypsy. Well, kind of see you, hear you.
Right. I'm always in the background.
He stays behind that curtain, that curtain, you know, that mystical curtain. He doesn't want anybody to pull it back.
Like Oz.
Yes,
we need to...
that's exactly what he does.
So you said you had a dope 420, and that's something that, I mean, those 2 words in the same sentence. Come on, you got to tell me what was going on. Did you go out to Denver?
We did go out to Denver. Flew out there as a team. We had 5 people with us. First event we did was big, business to business, but it's great because we can go link up with a lot of these most amazing companies that we're hanging out with and talking to on the regular. You know, everybody comes together. It's really a tight-knit family. You're seeing people that you see all year long at all these shows. And so it's really nice to get together and do that. That show's a little bit less hectic. Again, business to business. So everybody there is a business owner, which is obviously less people than everybody that smokes weed in Colorado.
Right.
So
right. Goes out there just for 420. Yeah.
Exactly. So many people are flying out there just for the holidays. And High Times was great. And that was packed. So Big is a little bit less packed. It's still at the Denver Mart. I think that was the second year we've gone to that. They have the Galleria in there too, which is one thing that I really do appreciate. Just heady artist after heady artist, crazy. Oh, and Gypsy, even Dunham Bondu. We ran into each other out there, and we were chopping it up for a minute, and I was like, oh, this is exactly where we met. So it was perfect. Got to run into some amazing glass artists and smoke some super fire while we were out there as well as. That was one of the other great things about the 420. Got to be blessed with some what was it called? Purple Kush from actually the creators OG Kush and Bubba Kush. Both of those guys have teamed up out there. They work together. There's some super OGs in the game. Decades of work into their passion and their trade. And it's one of those buds that when you just drop it on the table, just there's a pile of keef all around it each and every single time you drop it.
Man.
It is some of the stickiest of the ickiest. And give a shout out to those guys for sure for taking care of us while we're out there because, yeah, they came through with a fat bag of weed, and that was just such a blessing, especially when you got 5 people, because you guys are smoking. We're smoking a lot, and buying weed is expensive, man. I was like, God dang, I'm not at home. I gotta buy this. But there's clubs everywhere. That was another thing. Rocky Mountain Collectives, I believe, was the organization. I have their card right there. I believe it was. I'll correct it grab it at the break, make sure. But yeah, they were super chill. We had a nice spot right downtown. Cool condo. We were able to just literally walk right outside the condo, and then bam, across the street there was a dispensary. So they were very nice, super great people over there. Blessed us with some fire as well, which I have some pictures on my Instagram right about now. I'm drawing a little bit of a blank what all the strains were, because we had a few, but they are on the IG at MasterBong247. And yeah, we had a great time out there. But how was your 420? What did you do?
I worked. I do a morning show, mainstream, and my alternative world life has now totally collided with a mainstream radio show, morning show, and
Nice.
I'm always trying to bring in little alternative health tidbits to help shift the paradigm or shift the mindset, and thinking of how people look not only at marijuana, medical marijuana, cannabis, CBD oil, hemp as a plant, but also, just try to drop those little tidbits and seedlets of like seeds that will hopefully come into fruition in the brains of people in the Midwest where I live. We actually in Illinois, just right down the street from me, got a dispensary that's going to be up and running very shortly. So
Nice.
we're really excited about being able to help families in Illinois with medical marijuana use, making that legal, especially for children with epilepsy. That's been the big news story in my neck of the woods. So yeah, there's
that's
so many
definitely
health
been a big
benefits.
one.
Yeah.
It's been a big one across the board, and it's nice that someone's got to plant the seeds, and then you water them with some more information, and then
Yep.
let people make their own decisions as they can see that it's not such a crazy, scary thing, and it's helping people everywhere, and even from kids to elderly and everybody in between for all sorts of ailments. And once somebody that is directly affected and they're willing
Yes.
with something, and then they're willing to try whatever it takes, and you, as being a loving family member, are willing to share whatever then that's when amazing leaps and bounds happen. So, but without those seeds being planted originally, they wouldn't have any information. So that's great that
Yeah.
you have multiple shows too. That's your morning show, but I know
Oh,
you have
gosh.
multiple shows that you're doing.
Yeah, I do a morning show, I do a midday show, and then I also have my natural health talk show, Homegrown Health, on naturalnewsradio.com. So that's where I first started learning about cannabis as a healing property. I talk about herbs. I've raised my kids on herbs. I've grown, all kinds of things. Why wouldn't this herb also be something that would be healing for our bodies? And I had to ask myself that question, especially when cannabis oil for cancer cures started coming into my life, and I kept resisting it. I was like, nope, I don't use it recreationally. It's illegal. I'm not touching that subject. Ian Jacqueline, you're crazy, and you cannot be on my show. That's what I said to him. I was like, I have kids, I am not gonna have any. And my show is called Homegrown Health. Come on, homegrown. You guys hone in on that word, and they're like, homegrown, hey? Like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not what I'm down with right now. So it was something that just kept coming my way. And then we had the story of Sierra and Landon Riddle. And Landon basically was almost died from chemotherapy twice. And at 3 and 4 years old, he wasn't making weight. And his mom made the executive mama decision that she was going to start using cannabis oil to not only cure his cancer, but help him put on weight and not have any more no more suffering. And why she said, can I not use the plant to heal my son? But it doesn't make sense that he should die as a result. And lo and behold, I started covering her story on my show, simultaneously learning and studying about the health benefits of cannabis oil, particularly THC for brain cancers, gliomas, understanding what the endocannabinoid system in the body is and what it does and how it affects everything, including our central nervous system and our immune system, which we need to fight cancer. So it just became something that was irrefutable. It just pinned me to the wall, and I had to start reporting on it and talking about it. And next thing you know, I'm talking at cancer conferences about cannabis oil. And it's just blown my mind how much my knowledge has grown and how I can bring that to the mainstream to try to help demystify and decriminalize this herb, this natural substance.
I think that is amazing, and you have definitely, been nonstop downloading information and sharing it. What was the so I mean, really, just everything with that story was the contributing factor to just kind of set you on that path
Yeah.
into studying more. And how did that come across? How did you figure out about those two stories and cases specifically?
Well, on my show, I like to talk about parental rights, that
Mhm.
we as parents should have a legal right to be able to choose humane treatments for our children when they're sick. Not something that's going to, have almost death side effects, right? Or side effects that's going to leave them debilitated or lifelong injuries. For instance, one of the stories that I covered, they were going to have to make the decision for their 8-year-old daughter to have her ovaries removed and frozen if she ever wanted to have children someday because of the chemotherapy that the oncologist wanted to use in her body. With a less than 3% survival rate, you're looking at the odds of putting bullets in a gun chamber and playing Russian roulette with your kids. Parental rights are not something that we have as much of, and I wish that it weren't that case, but it is. We think as parents, well, we should be able to choose the right to treat our children however, because
It's your
we're the
child. They're
parents,
your
right?
child. It's
Yeah,
not
like
somebody
it's our
else's child.
God-given right. Not so. You have a child that ends up with cancer, and you decide, you know what? When you look at the package insert for the type of chemotherapies or radiation treatments or whatever they're wanting to treat your child with, I had a pharmacist father who was a dad who was a pharmacist, so he had access to the package inserts. And you know what they said? Not intended for use in pediatrics. Yet they want to put that drug into an 8-year-old's body, and with a significant, a very low rate of survival as well. And he could not, in his right mind, he and his wife could not make that conscious decision to treat her with something like that when taking her to a clinic and alkalizing her body with raw foods and foods that come from the earth and healthy components. That made more sense to them, and the side effects was just like her taste buds were going to have to change. Those two, when you put those two things next to each other, it's a no-brainer. But in our country,
Yes.
you ask for a second opinion, authorities will be on your tail, and you will likely lose your child for medical neglect. And then
Really?
oh, absolutely. Medical kidnapping happens all the time. DCFS gets used in the middle of an oncologist office. They even, this one of the stories I covered, they threatened to take all of his kids if he didn't do what they wanted him to do in the recommended treatment for the one child. So this is a grossly underreported stories, things like this in
So
our
you
country.
almost don't have rights for yourself until you're
Mm-mm.
18 then. Like you can't
Right.
as long as you're a child, your parents technically don't 100% have the say as to what can be done with you medically.
No,
Like
no,
you have
no.
to be an adult to be able to say no, I don't want this treatment. I'm going to choose this alternative medicine. Wow.
Right, right, right. And it will blow your mind because the amounts of injustice that's happening, these parents cash in their 401ks. Because oftentimes these alternative therapies are not even covered under insurance. So they could have the best insurance plan in the world and not be able to take them to a clinic to get, IV vitamin C treatment, or to get, studies that the government doesn't recognize as healing or curing anything. What we know in the natural health world is not acknowledged by medical doctors because they're not trained in nutrition. They're not trained in plants. They're trained in pharmacology, which is bought and paid for by the pharmaceutical companies, right? So,
Which is what they want you to know because that's what's in the book because they made it.
right, right. They pay for that. So they create lifelong patients. And they can't claim that they cure anything either with the death rate, of cancer patients. So
They have the death rate down, but I mean the cure rate. I mean what?
right, we want to
3%
rate, yeah,
success.
we raise
It
the
doesn't sound
cure.
good if you say, take this, 97% of you are going to die.
Right.
Come on, let's go.
Right.
That,
Let's
that's
get really
not encouraging
excited
at all.
about that. Right,
Yeah.
but they don't even recognize this, although the government owns a patent on medical marijuana. They own a patent on marijuana, as you know. The government, PubMed.gov, has a ton of studies and reviews on THC and CBD1, CBD2, the different receptors that receive it. The studies are out there. It's not like we don't know,
Yeah.
THC was first identified in 1964, and by 1977, a federal judge said it was the most least invasive plant on the planet. You know, he talked about, I have the quote here if you want it. I have to be accurate.
Yeah, bring it out, girl.
I'm bringing out the quotes.
She's bringing out the big gypsy. We need more guests like this on, dude.
I know, informed and ready to go. She's got notes. She prepped it for this.
She got notes.
She's
got it all over there.
Hey, I want to be accurate.
You're not your average stoner radio show guest. Believe it. We're usually the ones way on point. You got more shit over there than I do. I feel like I need another note. Oh, I got two more over here.
There you go.
So cannabinoid receptors in the human body were not discovered until the 90s. CB1 receptors are found primarily in the brain, specifically in the basal ganglia and in the limbic system. You can look up that stuff and Google it later, including the hippocampus. They're also found in the cerebellum and in both male and female reproductive systems. So in 77, federal judge Young said cannabis has been called one of the safest drugs known by this federal judge. He called it cannabis one of the safest drugs out there. There is no known lethal dose of cannabis. It has an estimated therapeutic index of 40,000 to 1 as compared to something like aspirin with a therapeutic index of 15. So you're looking at it like
therapeutic index. I like that. I'm taking notes.
And
I got some research to do.
Cannabinoids were first discovered in the 40s, and then THC not identified till 64. And in the 70s, they knew that it had cancer-curing effects. They knew that it was a safe drug. And I don't even think that cannabis should be called a drug. I don't think it could be in the same classification. In the early 1900s, they used it in a tincture form to cure ailments. It was used in homeopathy. I mean, this is not something new to us as Americans. It's only been buried in medical history, and that's why I like to study medical history, because I like to look and see what elements they were using way back yonder when, you know, the doc who came to your house and did house visits and wouldn't dream of taking your kids without meeting a shotgun.
Yeah, right.
The tides have totally turned now. And we, the parents, are at the mercy of whether or not doctors want to cite or even have the audacity to claim medical neglect. The guy who lost custody of his little daughter wasn't even allowed to bring a raw salad into the hospital because that violated their dietary guidelines for raw foods, because it could potentially have some kind of like salmonella or foodborne thing in it. Yet you can feed them aspartame and saccharin loaded, junk food, and they actually in the hospitals reward the kiddos with gum and suckers and cupcakes and
sugar.
chips.
Sugar's gonna help you.
Right. Well, there's 22,750 studies in the National Library of Medicine that shows the cancer-sugar connection. So cancer actually thrives and feeds on sugar. Yet if you cite the government's own research, you're the bad guy. You're like, enough with the double standards. So the parental rights issue is huge, and that's how I got started down this road of having to take a look at cannabis, because now there are more moms out there who are trying to treat their children in ways that are humane to their bodies without all the side effects.
Can I just say this real quick? I think that's huge that, there's such a powerful force with the moms in the movement. I mean, it's going to be hard for politicians to say no when they got, 100,000 or 1 million moms out there screaming, for their babies. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Moms can pick up a car and move their baby out from
underneath
it.
That's right.
That's just one mom. Oh my G.
Right. They're going to tear them apart. So I see it legalizing sooner rather than later. That's my 2 cents.
And I think really, okay, so here in my Joni world, here's what happens.
Let's hear
Our
it, Joni
federal
world.
government legalizes hemp across the board. They just legalize every strain, every plant, every bit. That's going to be the biggest, fastest cash crop that we've got. That's going to help us dig out of debt. It for consumers, it's going to bring in a lot of money. Look at Denver, look at Colorado, look at Washington State, and I think it could be one of the biggest revolutions in the right direction that our country could go. Also, hemp has phytoremediation qualities that protects against the radiation. So I just think the whole state of California and everything along the coast, because Fukushima's leaking into the ocean, I think we should plant hemp to help when the radiation comes into the whole country. They actually planted hemp at Chernobyl when they dropped the bomb, and it helps to remediate the soil and to soak up toxins and to help replenish nutrients into our soil. It's the quickest way, to me, with as fast as hemp grows. It's a really fast cash crop. It's one of the quickest ways to fix our soil, fix our air, fix our coastline. But that's just me.
Those are just a couple of things. Then it does 100 Brazilian other things, like the new BMW that has the hemp in it. That's, I forget how many 1,000 pounds lighter than the other 2 electric cars, yada, yada, yada. That's cars, and then housing and food and clothing and paper and every other single thing that can be guitar. I saw a guitar. I mean, there's so many crazy things. And it's not even only here that's going to change things in America. I mean, that's something that could be done around the world.
Yes.
I mean, know that Robert Blunt, one of the other hosts, has a show on here, and a great friend of mine. He's actually even in talks with a country right now, and literally changing and shifting some things over there with having hemp becoming legal, which would literally change. It's like a super poor country, which would give everybody there a job, because all of a sudden now you actually can grow something that's worth money. Gypsy, he said it before. What is a kilo of CBD is worth like $100,000 or something like that? I mean, he's focusing on it for CBD.
Yeah.
But, and how much area it takes to grow 1 kilo of processed CBD is like nothing. So I mean, everybody now has a career that is actually worth something in these countries where you had nothing before, which will bring a whole new. Changing a country, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, a cash crop like that.
Yeah, and it just is so beneficial in so many ways. I mean, if it gives anybody any light, I mean, our Constitution was written on hemp paper. And back to your question about how I got started in this, actually goes a little bit further back as far as my understanding of hemp, but then, the progression of the cannabis oil for cancer curing and other ailments in the body came a little bit later. But Riley Cote, the Philadelphia Flyers, is a National Hockey League team, and he retired from there and then became an assistant coach for their minor league hockey team. He has the Hemp Heals Music Festival in Philly every year, and liked my show and asked me to sponsor it, and so I did. And then I started interviewing a lot of people connected with that. And Dr. Bronner's soap uses hemp oil. Sean House from Hempsels, which is like a pretzel that uses hemp seed flour in the actual pretzel. He's a wealth of knowledge of the history of hemp, the all of the health benefits, textiles. There's so many uses of it. 250,000 uses or whatever is the final number.
I would love to chat with some of these people as well. This seems very interesting. And now I just got that as like, and Gypsy even jotted a note. I did not mean to interrupt you, but it popped in. Hemp as a theme, dude. We should do like a hemp show like every month or something for a while, since it's just something that's such a big topic. And like I see hemp products all the time and just be like, okay, cool. I'll just contact this company. Like, oh, this company uses hemp, that uses hemp, this is hemp, that's hemp. And just contact them, because it's such a big thing right now. And spreading more awareness of that can definitely help it become legalized faster.
I agree, because it all boils down to education. When you realize that there are certain strains, I think when I read, when I was reading up on it, there was over 700 different varieties of hemp. Some has more CBD in it. Others have more THC. It's not just indica and sativa. There are several other different varieties. Those might be the most popular. But, we've got another issue on our hands, and that's the GMOing and the Frankenfood laboratory, syntheticizing of our natural plant resource. That's not going to be the same thing. And our bodies aren't going to process it the same way. I liken our bodies unto like a computer program. I'm a little bit older than you, but if you remember the floppy disk, I am. If you remember the floppy disk era of computers, right? It was like, does not compute. It didn't read, like the wrong programming. Well, our body is programmed to receive foods from the earth. Period, point blank. That's how we end up healing. But when we have synthetic foods or food-like products that go into our bodies do not process it the same way, and it is hindering to our immune system, which is found in our gut. 80% of it is. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on about the benefits here, and the reason why we shouldn't be consuming frankenfoods or foods made in a lab. We don't know the long-term outcomes because we're kind of the experiment, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah.
I think there was, I even heard about something crazy. There was like a melon that grew a meat inside, or they were trying to do something crazy, a fruit that was growing a actual meat inside of it. I don't know. I heard Rob was talking about that the other day when we were in Colorado. I was like, what is the world? I was like, that's like some alien stuff right there, growing meat inside of fruit.
Well, the seeds are sacred. Every generation knows that, you know. Many generations before us, older civilizations and cultures that have been here thousands of years longer. I mean, America is still a pretty young country when you look at the history of the whole world. And what is it that they know that makes these civilizations live longer, that makes them healthier and more prosperous than us? Industry, you know, petroleum, big oil, that has become, I think, the bottom line for everything. You've got pharmaceutical companies, which are also petrochemicals. You've got the big oil industry and the big ag industry, which are petrochemicals being sprayed all over everything. When you look at how they're conjoined at the wallet and in bed with our government, it's like there's the red tape that you can't even cut through, you know? So we have that fact. But yet people are waking up and they're starting to realize, and supply and demand. You know, these corporations can't provide something that the people won't buy. So we vote with our dollars ultimately. You know, if I have the opportunity to buy hemp milk or hemp protein powder, which I use when I work out, you know, I use that for recovery. I use that for my protein intake for lifting weights. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to hemp and to, you know, these beautiful plants that have been given to us for our use. Everything has a use. You know, the opium plant was used as a narcotic for emergency situations. Does it mean we're supposed to use it all the time? No, because in, you know, a lot of things in moderation. Everything has a use.
Wow. You are just a wealth of information.
I haven't even started.
I didn't even use you. Like, we're just scratching the surface. We need to do like a 3-part series with you.
Well, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than, you know.
Yeah, wait, MB, she could be like our Sanjay Gupta. We could do like a 3-part series.
Right. Except for I can't practice medicine without a license, so then I'd have a nice big disclaimer like, everything you hear is an opinion and for educational and informational purposes only.
Exactly.
Only.
Exactly. That's how, hey, listen, we'll get it done.
Throw that up.
Absolutely, but we'd get it done.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know what else you want to know.
Oh man, I'm like you like superseded any question that was on this sheet right here.
Okay, look over your sheet and find one. Let's
transcended them all. No, I mean, geez
play
Louise.
Red Rover.
I know, right? Well, I'll send a question right over. Well, here's one then. What is I mean, I'm always asking people what I feel everybody's a MacGyver in their heart and then it comes out in their mind when they get into those situations. And so what has been a time in your life where you have MacGyvered something? I'm assuming with health is probably going to be more centric and aligned with you and who you are. But if it's something with smoking, it's with smoking. But if it's with health or anything else in life, when have you been a MacGyver? Because we always have to ask everybody that.
Okay, so one of the things that comes to mind is when my kiddos had chickenpox. They got it naturally, and so I had to study up on like what the virus was, what, you know, it's part of the herpes virus, what the side effects are. I was working with my doctor on this, who's one of my best friends, and she knows me. So everything that I do, I usually, before I try anything on my kiddos, I'm always in conversation with my friends who are doctors and homeopaths and naturopathic people and chiropractors, and I'm always checking my sources and citing my sources. So if they have heard anything that would be to the contrary, I, you know, wouldn't of course do it just to keep my kiddos safe. But I researched lysine, which is the amino acid that kills the herpes virus. So we decided to start implementing lysine on top of like bone broth, garlic, onions, lots of healthy foods that are antiviral, antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial. I think I said that, maybe antiviral. I knew I missed one of them. But So I decided to implement lysine after my kids had a really like strong fever and lots of spots all over their bodies. And we actually got over the chicken pox sooner than what we expected. So instead of like 7 to 10 days, it was like 5 days. So that was how I MacGyvered my way out of chicken pox. And so far, so good. And did you know that if you're around a child with natural chicken pox or any other natural disease like that, that you get an immune booster because your immune system, the antibodies kick in and it goes into memory. So it's actually like a booster for you and your body and your health. So we don't have that now with natural chickenpox. We don't see that as much happening as much. So we've got, populations of people with less protection. And that's what they say the vaccines are for, but no.
So you do obviously a lot of things with health on Homegrown Health. What else do you focus on a daily basis, or what is a show like, average show like for you when you're producing that?
When for Homegrown Health?
Yeah.
Or okay, so on Homegrown Health, I do that.
That's what that's where we originally. That's what you focused on when we met in Chicago, and you were doing all that. That was the original focus. I mean, I know I guess there's 3 shows, but whichever one you feel is the most interesting, share that one.
Oh my gosh! Well, my passion obviously is Homegrown Health because it's the culmination of my life. I started out just kind of wanting to have a natural birth. And it started to spiral into studying about the human body and the immune system and babies and how miraculous our bodies are. So then it became me borrowing my sister's nursing books for anatomy and physiology, and they're learning the body at a cellular level. And I just started to absorb it like a sponge and regurgitate it and shoot it out on people like you. but then it just, there was something in me that was birthed when I was pregnant. I started to really crave a natural lifestyle. I didn't want to put anything into my body that would harm my baby. I didn't want to utilize and become a lifelong pharmaceutical patient. I just thought there was something in me that the natural woman, you make me feel, don't make me sing. But, that was like something that just really came out in me. And, birth is a natural rite of passage. We're a tribal species. And I when I look at our society and where we came from, I look at like the shift in the transition to institutionalized mentalities that we have now. So we medicalize perfectly natural, normal processes. And it's not that I'm not thankful for the like modern medicine that we have for emergency situations. I will give props to ER docs and surgeons, people who are absolutely practicing life-saving medicine. I'm not anti-medicine. I just think just because we can do something doesn't always mean we should. And that we can't ignore the natural process at all. And it's not being taught in med school. But anyway, so that kind of led me into taking care of my health and my children's health outside of the modern medical model. So I learned how to forage food in the yard. I learned how to pick dandelions and what they were good for, and the fact that dandelions aren't a weed at all, and we don't need a yard full of weed killer. What we need to do is harvest them and eat them. They're good for your heart. There's a lot of medicinal property to the milk and the stem. My kids know that, hey, they got a bump or a bruise, they'd go pick a dandelion and squeeze the milk out and rub it on their skin. You can eat the leaves. Dandelion's great for your liver, for detoxification, and you can use the roots as like a milk substitute. You can dehydrate them and grind them up and use it as a coffee substitute. There's a ton of uses for just this one little thing we call weeds, as you know.
Yes, right? Everybody outside, go pick those dandelions. They are not weeds. They are healthy living and healing ailments inside their elements. Wow, that's amazing. Just that alone. So Cheese Louise, everybody who is ready to get some more downloads on all sorts of health, not just cannabis and hemp, but everything for well-being, that really they all add up together. They're all the building blocks to live a healthy life. And when you're healthy, you're happier and you have more energy, go do more things. And that's always a lot funner to get out there and live life to the fullest, as opposed to not having energy, just wanting to stay home, go to sleep, not go for a walk, and get outside and get those puppies out there so they can go for a walk. So there's a lot more to what's going on out there than just the medical benefits and healing benefits of cannabis. There's a lot going on, and obviously Joni is a wealth of information of that. So where can everybody find everything else that you're doing? The website, Instagram, social media, other stuff, radio, XM, all those things. Give them all the downloads. Give them all the
Well,
downloads.
you can find me on radio.naturalnews.com. You can find Homegrown Health there. You click on my banner and you'll get all the archives for the last 3 years. I just had my 3rd anniversary of the show. So that's been, yeah, I started out just wanting to do voiceover work. I've been in radio since I was 17 years old. And then I took about an 8-year hiatus to raise kiddos. When I got back into radio, I just, like, if I could get a microphone and like a board, mixer board, I was ready to do voiceover work. So that's how I actually landed the show. I started contacting natural health outlets to do voiceover work or commercials for them because I didn't want to sell out to the pharmaceutical companies. In the voiceover work industry, you know, you've got larger corporations like McDonald's and other pharmaceutical ads. And while that pays really well, I was not willing to sell out. So I wanted to only do commercials, and they wanted a 5-minute demo. And I thought, you know, I just only wanted to do commercials. They're like, no, we're asking you to do a show. And that took me by complete surprise. And then Homegrown Health was born. But I did want to say this. Because of the prohibition of hemp in our country, we are endocannabinoid deficient.
Yep.
We have not fed our endocannabinoid system, which regulates our immune system and our central nervous system and every cell in our body. Endocannabinoids are found in breast milk. I don't know if you know that or not. But if we do not have our endocannabinoid system built up, then how can we pass on to our babies what we don't have? So, I mean, there's things like endocannabinoids found in like flax seeds or maybe even strawberries, but it's at such a minute level. But when you go to the hemp plant, it's in abundance. It's in a concentrated form. Your body's getting fed. And I mean, why wouldn't we want to put something in our bodies that helps every single system in our body? It's like almost by design, right? That we were supposed to have it in our bodies.
Yes.
So
it's not there by accident. Almost seems like oil to an engine, right? Keeps it all working, flowing, going, and without that, ooh, it will go, but not very long, and then it's gonna break down.
Yep. How long do you expect to get from point A to point B? You know, if your car broke down, you'd be pissed because you didn't get to go where you needed to go. But we treat our cars better than we treat our bodies. So, I don't know.
Stop putting 91 octane in that car. Put some 91 health in your body.
That's right. Good segue there.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, you like that? Good.
I do. Bound chicka wow wow. You're good.
Perfect. Well, look, I love your energy. You are you have so much information in there. I'm surprised you don't have an afro like I do. Just keeping it all
just
in.
to hold my brains. I'll tell you, no, I'll afro it up for this summer. As soon as the humidity hits, my hair just turns curly, and I'll get it real big, and then we'll do another show.
Yeah,
we'll see who can out afro one another.
That'd be hilarious. Okay, we're gonna get on and do some more hemp stuff and everything else on another show. I'm holding you to that, Gypsy. You heard it. I know you jotted it down.
I did. I wrote it down. We're holding it to
down
you.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Gypsy. I before we take off and take a short break, I want to make sure that you didn't have. If you had any questions, boom, you can get them in and share. But I don't know. My fro is like filled with information now.
Your fro fried, and you know what? You're not even smoking right now. I managed to fry you out without any smoke.
Wow, cheese Louise. I don't know how you did it.
That is kind of true. That is kind of true. I mean, for the past like 10, 20 minutes, you have not lit up. Like,
I'm actually listening and taking
notes. Right.
Like, forget smoking. There's hell of interesting things going on.
We're going back to school, Master Bong.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what just happened.
But and that's why we do this show, literally, because I am learning all the time about things that are happening. I know what I know, and I study what I study, but by all means, I cannot study everything. And I love to have amazing conversations with people and get that information firsthand, from people like you who have done the research and put the time, energy, and effort into studying and seeing what's out there so that you can share this with people. And
it's my pleasure.
I thank you for that.
Yeah, it is. It's my pleasure. I can't imagine not doing it, It's just something that happened in my life, and it's a joy to me. I don't know, I just feel like we all have our thing in life that we're supposed to be doing. We all have those things that we excel at. We have those things that just kind of pour in and through us, and it's our job to step into that place. It's our job to walk through the door and be that vessel and just kind of adhere to the calling, I guess, whatever we're supposed to be doing. And this was something that came naturally to me, opportunities that opened, and I'm just walking through it. I feel like doing what I'm supposed to be doing, contributing to humanity, my family, and the people that I love.
Wow. Well, thank you for finding your true passion and sharing that with the world, because
Oh,
you
you're
are
welcome.
definitely helping and inspiring people every day, including myself. I'm sure Gypsy's got a couple of crazy notes down there. He's going to go get some hemp protein
Definitely,
and
definitely.
continue on living your life to the fullest, as I know you are. Again, appreciate you and your time and your energy for coming on the Master Bong Power Hour. We're
Hey.
always letting the good times roll, and that's exactly what we did right here, right now with you. Rolled out a ton of information. And so I'm gonna, I don't even need to roll another one up while we're on break, but I am gonna take a mother effing McBong break real quick, everybody. And then we're gonna be right back where we're gonna be sharing some more wins, going over some more stuff with Colorado and everything else that has been happening. So, again, thank you so much, Joni. I
You're
appreciate you
welcome.
for coming on the show.
Am I going to see you in the Chicago Cannabis Conference in July?
I know the second one. Who knows? Anything is possible.
You
Anything
gotta
is
be
possible.
there.
I know. I'm aiming to come out. I'll see what happens. There's a lot
Okay.
of things that are happening on this end as well, but I will definitely shoot you an email about that. I'll jot that down as
Maybe
well.
I'll call
And
your sponsors and ask them to send you out there.
there you go. Tell them
I'll
we
be
got some
like, hey
important
guys,
stuff.
Culture Magazine's awesome. Let's be so awesome
Yes.
and come to the Chicago Cannabis Conference.
Yes, there you go. If you do it, you know they're gonna send me out.
Let me know.
That's
The letter will be in the mail. I'll email them tomorrow.
I appreciate that. I would love to come out, and I'm gonna definitely make a couple calls and see what we can do.
Okay. I'll see you later, darling.
Perfect. Thank you
Thank
so much, and we'll be right back, everybody, going over everything else that's been happening, rocking and rolling, sharing some wins and some other cool stuff that's been happening. And who knows, maybe we'll even give something away, because I got some new things that just came in. But we'll be right back on the Master Bronx Power Hour. Take care, and have a blessed evening, Joni. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. What's cracking, everybody? Master Bong. If you don't already know, now you will know about Vaped. Super dope vaporizer pens. These guys have been coming out with some amazing stuff. They just dropped their collab with Nectar Collector, the Micro Nectar Collector, with introducing their Switch It technology. Or, you know, if you love vaping and you want to get your flower on, they got the Vaped Flora, glass on glass portable vaporizer technology that they just released to everybody out there. So I want you guys to check them out, take a look at everything they're doing, because you know we only share the best and the finest around here. Continue to live life to the fullest. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.
Look, I was gonna go easy on you, not to hurt your feelings. But it's been way too long since the last 20 style song. So how about I give you 40 styles this time? Some of you doubt I can do it, and if I prove you wrong, we're in big trouble. Why don't we take it from the first verse?
For me to rap like a computer must be in my jeans. I got a laptop in my back pocket, my pen to go off and I half cock. I got a fat knife from that rap profit, made a living and a killing off it. Ever since Bill Clinton was still in office, with Monica Lewinsky full of numbers. I'm an MC, still as honest, but as moving as indecent as all those syllables. Kill them all with, kill them all with this. Flippity, hippity, hippity, up. You know, when about to get into a business match with this rapidy rap. Back in the back of the yak, back, rock, yap, yap, yappity yak. At the exact same time, I got these epic like a pass, hold up, backers and ass. To be able to bring a motherfucking table over the back of a cup of the Robert to crack it in half on the realize it's the time for the guy when it's time to aftermath after the fact. How can I not know all I do is try to have fun to give a rap the attack? What was a half in a rough time period? Here's a maxi pet. It's actually disastrously bad. For the whack, will a masterfully constructing this masterpiece. Cause I'll be don't feel like show you maintaining this spin and power. Everybody wants to kill the secret to rap immortality like jump from the blueprints, simply rage and you full exuberance. Everybody loves a root for a nuisance. Hit the earth like an asteroid, did nothing but show from the mountains. MC's gotta be taken to school with this music, cause they use it as a vehicle to bust a rhyme. Now they need a new school for students. Me, I'm a product to rock him, the kinship best to buck and WAQ, pay tap rent. Yeah, the easy, thank you, they got slim. It's bad enough to one day grow up, blow up Be in a position, wait for me, I'm seeing the deal, and me more fucking roll like me, my love,
Addicted to Ink, a proud sponsor of the Zaraza Entertainment Network, is Westchester's premier tattoo, piercing, and apparel destination, offering only the finest tattoo and piercing services as well as the best atmosphere you will find. Addicted to Ink is located conveniently at 38 Westchester Avenue in White Plains, New York, right across the street from the Westchester Mall. If you got the itch for more ink, like the Zaraza boys do, get your work done right. Visit www.addictedtoinktattoos.com for more information.
Monday's got you off the wagon? Well, worry no more, because it's now officially a part of the 3-day weekend. So get on board. Come party with the Standby Gypsy, Juju the Model, and Blue Rivera every Monday night for your entertainment week in review, off-the-wall interactive segments, live performances, in-depth interviews, and the latest in sports. The Hangover Takeover is live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on zenlive.tv.
You're watching the Zaraza Entertainment Network on zenlive.tv.
Paging Master Bong, Paging Master Bong.
Hello, how you doing, my friend?
What's going on, man?
About to get another dab out because I did one, but that was a while ago, and I was like, man, I gotta get another one of these out.
Nice.
But we do have some, dude. This is people have been infusing terps into a lot of different like that's just what's been going on right now for some fucking flavor chasers out there. But this is some platinum blackberry.
Okay.
Oh man, from Organican Natural Cannabis Co. Or from the club is Organican over there in Oakland. But yeah, which is actually one of the wins, dude. I know you got that. I sent it over. We are gonna be very shortly here releasing. What's gonna be happening is Master Bong has teamed up with Organican and Natural Cannabis Company, Natural Cannabis Co. And I'm gonna be actually part of. They're gonna be doing a High Life series, my friend, where
Nice.
it will be there will be pre-rolled J's. They'll have them packed, locked and loaded, and yeah. So that's what we're gonna be doing, and what we're gonna have going on. That's gonna be launching very, very, very soon, actually. So that's why I'm dropping that a little bit right now. And I know you have the packaging. It's not all put together and perfect just yet. There's a tiny little few things to update and edit, but I want to share that with you guys and release that right here, right now on the show, which is actually like even a perfect effing highlight for later because these are about to be amazing. What's going to be happening, dude, is going to be a different strain every month, bro. It's going to be a different strain, Gypsy.
Nice.
So each and every single month, people can go in there and get your fucking new pack of Master Bong mother effing joints for you to be smoking. I'm with you all the time, everywhere you go. You're always ready to get smoking, and Master Bong is good to go. Yes, for show. So yeah, dude, it's exciting times, my friend. Very exciting times that we got coming up here.
Yeah,
you come out here, I'll smoke you out with my own weed.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm like, wow, that's cool, man. That's something. Does Snoop Dogg have that?
I think Snoop Dogg Snoop Dogg's got something. I don't know. I don't know. Well, here's what it is. It's not like it's Master Bong strain per se. It's me, and the strain will change every month. You know what I mean?
I'm with
it's
you.
Like
it's the branding and the packaging. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's the brand that's gonna change each and every single month. Now that doesn't mean that there's not some other things happening that is a Master Bong strain specifically in the near future. Not right here with this thing. Not with this deal that's going on. But I mean, these guys are super chill. I've actually been a patient and attended their facility and been to. I know that what's another not attended. What's the word I'm looking for right now?
Sure.
And I haven't even done the dab yet. I'll do the dab. We'll figure that after.
So tell me. I want to know a little bit more about 420 Colorado, man. Tell me about some of the music out there. Who did you see? Who did you talk with?
Dude, there was so much music out there. Like Snoop was out there. I didn't get to that show, but he was around everywhere. B Real was running around. I saw that guy for a quick second. At the cup for a minute. Dude, there was a ton of people. We saw Fat Joe while we were out there actually perform.
Nice.
That was dope. We saw Flex, Funkmaster Flex.
Oh, Flex was there dropping bombs.
Yeah, dude, he was out there at the club one night, and we saw him perform as well. That was dope as F.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was some good times. You know, some definite lovely treatment while we were there. There was the homies from Indica. They were and Cannabis now too. They both had some buses that they had sponsored, and so man, we were riding around on these VIP buses everywhere. And you know, I don't know if I'm allowed to say everything that we did, but it was a great time.
You had a good time.
When we were riding around.
I understand.
It was a great time from here to there, everywhere, getting transported, going out and eating some amazing food all over the place. I know we had man, one night we went out for some sushi, which I was kind of weary of, but I figured we're in Colorado. I was like, how is this gonna be hella good sushi? I live in California, but it was some bomb ass underground spot that we went to, and it was the most delicious. I forgot the name of it, but man, I'm gonna start writing all these things down. Okay, that's a new one for me. Okay, bam. Make sure I write everything down that we do. Well, I just need to bring an assistant with me on a trip, and they can write all that down. Huh?
Right. You need what was that? I don't think it was Dave Chappelle when they had the stenographer midget on the guy's back writing down everything your boy said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm about to get, bro. I should just recreate that. I'm good to go.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. Yeah, man. This is great, man. I know you were out there with Rob and Chef D Wise. You guys were having a good time. I was following you guys on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, and it looked like you guys were having an effing ball. And I was just like, damn, I wish I was there. But things were going well here at Zen Live. We had a 420 playlist going on all day long, MB. Nothing but really chill music, you know, to put you in the right zone as you know, just a soundtrack to your day type of thing. And it was a lot of fun. We had a few people in the chat room, and then we switched it over to the Anthony Vincent music group. We had a bunch of people from our Facebook group come over, and we were playing some music for them because, again, it was a big day for our YouTube release. And we had a lot of the fans in the chat. We were playing his music. And one kid, MB, actually challenged him. His name in the chat room was Fast Eddie. And he said, oh, I could be faster than Anthony. And no one thought that Anthony was around. I was like, you know, talking to him in the background. And he ran up to the seat. Who challenges me? And like the kid got scared. You know, he's in high school. He's like, oh. It was great. It was awesome. It was awesome. These kids, the people that are being attracted to this channel, they are so awesome, genuine music fans, and I'm having a blast talking with them, building with them. They're actually going to help us start building some of the music content and programming here on Zen Live, and it's really awesome to get the perspective from all around the world.
I mean, yeah, that's awesome that you are getting some crazy artists and people, like you're saying, true music fans, and that are out there also probably pursuing their own projects and whatnot. And who knows, man, this could definitely be another funnel for you guys to, and for, to find talent and other people to get stuff out. Man, that could be, who knows? You guys find the next Michael Jackson in like Australia or something.
That would be crazy. that
he was reincarnated into this little baby in Australia. You should see him. He's a great singer.
That's right. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, that's the goal here. We want to harness and find and grow and work with, the best in the world, the undiscovered, people that are just starting out. I was just talking about this artist, Lauren, that I found earlier tonight, that I got to do some more homework. It's driving me nuts. I got to ask my music friends, like, have you heard of this guy? Because his music is so unique, and the videos, MB, are incredible. He uses this kind of like 1980s kind of video game.
He's a DJ, you said, right?
He's a producer. I'm not sure who's doing his videos. I don't know if he's doing it too, but he's like 1980s 8-bit graphic characters. But they're doing all this very. It's just trippy, It's just trippy. I have to send it, but definitely check it out. And all the listeners out there, check out Lauren, Lorn.
Perfect. Yeah, send me a link over, please, as well as so I can take a look and post something up. Maybe, who knows? Let's hit him up whenever we can figure out where the hell he or she is.
No, it's a dude. It's a dude. I mean, you Google him, but he definitely has. There's a mystique where he's like, I'm not letting everyone know everything. So
He must be a supercomputer person then.
I don't even know. I don't even know. That's a trippy thing. So we're gonna do some more research, some more homework, find out. Hopefully we can bring him.
We'll figure it out. Let's get him on the effing Master Bong Power Hour whenever we can.
Absolutely.
I mean, the more the merrier the music, and whenever you're coming across great talented people, as you always are, then we're always down to have. We're smoking, we're listening, and I mean, then we're smoking, and we listen some more. So it's perfect.
It is, man. So this has been a great show, man. This was a lot of fun.
Dude, I got the downloads like no other. I mean, let's just quick little recap.
Yeah.
Endocannabinoids are in breast milk. Wow, that's freaking crazy. So even as a baby,
didn't know it.
You need it. One, chickenpox MacGyvering with the garlic and what was it? What acid specifically? What did she say? What was that acid?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the acid was, but
man, but that chickenpox MacGyvering, that's amazing. Cut that down because that sucks. I mean, even if you get chickenpox as an adult, now that you know what the F to do, or I guess you're supposed to get a shot or get it when you're a kid, or what's it called when you get it as an adult? It's called something else.
I don't know, a doctor bill.
A doctor fucking bill. Yeah, that too. Parental rights, man. That was a whole topic that I didn't even completely understand or fathom, that you basically don't have a choice when it comes, or very, very challenging to do exactly what you want to do as a parent. When it comes
did you hear the story out in Kansas where during a dare class, one of the kids actually challenged the officer disagreeing with his opinion on cannabis, and they actually went to the mom's home and found under 2 ounces of cannabis in her home and took her child away.
Whew, I did not hear about that.
So what Joni was talking about, this medical kidnapping and other forms of it. I mean, it's real out here. It's not trending on CNN or on the top news channels, but it really is happening. And the sooner that we get it legalized, the quicker these situations like this won't happen.
Yeah, that's just I mean, to rip a child out of their home and think that that's good, because I mean, and that's the whole thing kind of ties back into, you can drink and that's okay, but you can't smoke. That's definitely not okay, right?
On top of it, she was using it for her Crohn's disease. It wasn't recreational, it was medical.
What state was it in?
Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah, Kansas is extremely, conservative when it comes, even though 70% of the population is for cannabis, for the legalization of it.
Wow. That's crazy, because I just had this. I had an Uber driver, Crohn's disease, and taken. Wow, I'm just writing this down.
Yeah.
But I had an Uber driver, and he was like literally anti-cannabis. Like, he's like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I was like, oh, there's gonna be lots of rides for you over here at the demo mart. He's like, man, I had some stoners in the car the other day. I told him to get out.
What? He doesn't take them?
He's like, they're copping an attitude, and they were, then this one guy in the back says, oh, it's a good way to get 0-star rating, and he said, I said, do you think I give a fuck about a 5-star, 0-star rating? He kicked him out. I was like, God damn, I better be quiet. This guy's back here. Because at first I was getting all passionate. I was like, well, I've seen cannabis cure people fucking all the time. He's like, oh, don't get me wrong. He's like, and I think he was talking about, he's like, money's money, giving people a ride. And she's like, not like he wouldn't give somebody. I was like, well, I'm in the industry right now. I was like, you're riding with somebody who is in this industry and deeply ingrained into it. Right. He's like, oh, well, money's money. I was like, oh my goodness. So it was an interesting conversation, even to the point where he's defending things like, I was like, yeah, people get taken away, for nothing, put in jail for years for a joint and stuff. He's like, oh, well, look at the rap sheet. They do 20 things before that, and then 3 pages, and then the joint, He's like, gotta look. I mean, but look, this is a perfect prime fucking example.
Yeah.
And I wish that I would have known it then. I should have been like, oh, well, yeah, you know about this. Actually just happened last week in Kansas.
Yeah.
Woman taken away, less than 2 ounces, Crohn's disease, because her child has a different opinion and challenges a dare officer at school. Bam! Then you might, what is her rap sheet with Crohn's disease? Well, look at her rap sheet. She's probably fucking doing a bunch of shit before that.
Right. She's a criminal.
Fucking mom, like, what was she doing? Shoplifting?
Right, exactly.
Food for her
baby.
Kid.
Right, exactly. Food for her kids. So.
Oh my God, what a criminal!
Yeah, it's real out here, man. So the
Yeah,
faster
man,
we
no,
get
it
this
is.
thing legalized, the better.
Yeah, it is. So parental rights, I mean, that's just a whole nother thing. And then a nice quote that I think I'm gonna make a meme out of is Judge Young in '74, one of the safest drugs out there.
Hmm.
Put a joint in his hand. I'll put a joint in his mouth and be like one of the safest drugs out there. Be like, man, this is one of the safest drugs out
I
there.
like that. I like
I
that.
gotta do it like that. So that's another one. And then, yeah, dude, I can't wait to do some more hemp guests. That's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be an awesome topic that we can go over, dude. If we get somebody like Bronner's on here, I mean, I guess they might be like, well, your show's a little bit crazy, but I'll say I reach a whole nother demographic. We'll get some hemp companies on here for sure, for sure.
Yeah, there's
And
plenty out there. We will attract some. So
yeah, I definitely feel that that's a topic that I would like to dive into more and explore more, and get some mainstream people on here with some hemp and some CBD and some other stuff like that, and continue that information.
for sure, let's do it.
Man,
thinking-
well, I'll share one. The newest wins when I got home, and we're gonna be doing some stuff coming out. And Gypsy, I'm gonna be getting you some stuff, and I gotta send. I'm gonna actually get that package together for the Einstein beats.
For Wake and Bake Beats, DC and Einstein.
Wake and bake beats. But I was waiting for some bunch of stuff. But yeah, man, look at the patches.
Nice,
So
nice.
we got these. We're gonna be doing hats. We're gonna be doing some jackets. I mean, who knows? I can even get some backpacks. We're gonna be doing a lot of different stuff with these patches. So I'm excited and ready to share that with everybody. It's gonna be on the store, on the Etsy store, coming to you guys live and direct very soon. But man, I feel nice and fulfilled with the show. I think that was great.
Yeah.
A lot of information. My fro is filled. I have some research to do. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and everybody over there at Zen Lab. Give them a high five and share the high vibes coming from Master Bong over there to everybody at the studio. So, man, unless you had anything else that you wanted to round out, share, close out with, I am feeling nice and blessed and highly favored with the week that has happened and the show right here, right now. And so I'm ready to continue on in flow with everything that's going on over here and keep rocking and rolling.
Yeah, MB, I'm good. This was a great show. I'm satisfied as well. I'm gonna take myself to my castle and relax.
Get to that castle, roll up a fatty, roll up a castle. Dude, Tony Greenhand had a fucking crown that he rolled over the weekend.
Really? we gotta
Gold crown.
can we get him back on the show? We need to get him back on the show.
Yeah, we do need to get him back on the show. We were chilling a lot. I'm gonna write that down too. I'll write that down. Tony on radio. You know when we'll do it? Me and him were talking about doing we're talking with this other guy about doing a barbecue.
Nice.
Barbecue bong, like a bar. I'm not barbecue bong, barbecue oil rig. So the whole damn thing would just be a fucking barbecue.
Love it. Love it.
So, yeah, I definitely want to get him on. I want to do that, shoot some video of that, and then like share that with you and everybody else out there. Man, dude, you should really should definitely come out, fly out sometime whenever you're free. I'll let you know some things that are coming up that we're about to do, even if it's for a quick trip. That's I'm always down to do that too, man. You come out here, a couple of days. We touch down, shoot some video, go around. You make it a double thing. You can plan a show. I'll let you know what's coming up ahead of time, and I love to have you come out to some of these things and chillax.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna get out there real soon. The network has just been busy, man. But I will make sure I get myself out there soon in the next couple months. So I'm
Whenever,
excited.
my friend, whenever you are ready, there's going to be a lot of things happening. So
Yes.
when you're, the West Coast is always welcoming. And we got plenty of flour and amazing dabs as well as. So come out here. Let's get a trip planned. And I will see you sometime soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely, man. All right, man. You have a great night. We'll see you next week.
All right, everybody. This is Master Bong and Mr. Mother Effin' Gypsy in the building. Signing over now from coast to coast. We'll keep it rocking, keep it smoking, and always let the good times roll. So until our next Power Hour next Wednesday at about 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. This is Master Bong signing over now. Bye.